It's time to take off your clothes, enjoy clothes-free living, and join us for Naked, Nudist, and Naturist.
Welcome to Naked, Nudist, and Naturist, the show that celebrates clothes-free living for all. I'm your host, Frank Stone.
And I'm your correspondent, Lisa Monroe, and I'll be reporting on all things within the Naturist community. So it's time to get naked and join us.
And enjoy clothes-free living on Naked, Nudists, and Naturists. Well, welcome in to Naked, Nudists, and Naturists, episode 26 today. Thank you for being with us. We are glad that you're with us on the special Christmas edition, dropping on December 23rd. Remember, as I told you a month or two ago, we had planned to take this weekend off and next weekend off, a New Year's Eve weekend. But we realized that not everybody has family to be around on Christmas. Not everybody has friends to come over. There are some people who are alone out there, and we know that. And we highly respect that, and we will not desert you. We will not leave you alone. Please keep that in mind. You are never alone. You have this community. You have us. You have Lisa Monroe. You have me. You have Jennifer Hill in the office. You are never alone in this world, and we are here for you today. Merry Christmas to everybody. That's why we are here today, a planned vacation, but we are here for you to celebrate the world of naturism / nudism / clothes-free living for all of the right reasons, even on Christmas weekend, maybe especially on Christmas weekend. Well, you are listening to Naked, Nudists, and Naturists, episode 26 today. We thank you very much for being with us. We enjoy this time together. We broadcast nude. We hope you can be nude when listening to the show. Some people listen to the show while they shop or while they drive. We understand you have to have some threads on. Otherwise, let's just enjoy the clothes-free living life for all of the right reasons. We'll enjoy it together as we bring in, you can tell by the music sneaking in. Lisa is sneaking in too. It's time for our weekly correspondent on naturism, the terrific Lisa Monroe. And here she is, the one and only, the clothes-free and always smiling Lisa Monroe. Good morning, Lisa. How are you today?
Good morning, Frank. I'm doing terrific this morning.
Have you been clothes-free all week, or is this something you just pulled off today?
Well, as much as possible, trust me. As much as possible. Home, naked. Right. Not at home, not so naked.
Well, yeah, you can't go grocery shopping, at least in most of, maybe all of our country, right? Unless you're at a nudist resort and they happen to have a store on site.
I would say so. I don't think Publix would be too happy if you streaking through the produce department. So
I wanted to get into this. We had a gentleman from Australia send us an email, and I asked if he would turn it into a voicemail. We can always read emails on the air, but it's so much better if it's in the original author's voice. And his name is Bruce from Australia. He found our podcast on July 18th, started listening to them, and recently, on November 18th, he finished. So he got all caught up. It took him a few months. You know, we're turning out a show a week. It's an hour a week.
It's kind of hard to believe how many we've done already.
Yeah. Episode 26. That's yes. 26 hours. You can't just find that in your back pocket. But why don't we go ahead and give it a listen right now?
Okay.
Okay, here we go from Bruce down in Australia.
Hi, Frank and Lisa. This is Bruce from Adelaide in South Australia. I found your podcast on July 18th and started listening to them. Today, November the 18th, I listened to the last one. I'm so looking forward to the next episode with a continuation of the interview with Pastor Jim. As a minister of the gospel myself and a former credentialed Pentecostal pastor, I can relate with Pastor Jim. I watched his interview on Aching for Eden several months ago and related to it. Now, when I say I'm a former credentialed pastor, I surrendered my credential not because of my naturism, but because of several major differences in theology with my denomination. However, I do believe that if my denomination knew of my secret nudist life, they would have removed my credentials from me. I first discovered the joy of being outdoors clothes-free before I was a teenager. When I got involved in church, I was taught that social nudity was evil, so I kept my history to myself. I became a pastor, and over 3 decades, I was a closet nudist, taking every opportunity I could to be naked, hoping to never be caught out.
And again, that was from Bruce down in Australia. All right, Lisa, well, thank you. This is our December 23rd installment episode. So have a Merry Christmas, and I'm assuming it's going to be a clothes-free Christmas, I hope.
Oh, well, as much as possible, let's put it that way. And Merry Christmas to you.
All right, I won't make any jokes about where you were wearing the mistletoe today, because that will start another conversation. So let it go. And
that's our secret.
Listeners can use their own imagination, but we'll let that go for now. Anyway, Lisa Monroe, weekly correspondent on Naturism, thank you. Have a clothes-free Christmas. Have a clothes-free week. We'll talk next time.
You too, Frank. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Well, let's get to part 2 now of my interview with the very terrific and highly prolific author, currently living in France, the terrific TED BUN. Now, looks like you have a couple of books in the Music, the Food of Love series. Any more to come? What are you thinking there?
That one's a difficult one because it reached a sort of end point.
Okay.
That is going to require restructuring to move forwards. The family's got to move on from being just the two of them.
Okay.
And you get all this problem with children. The same thing's happened with Crook and Lock. They've reached the age where children are about to appear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which could and often does change everything. Sometimes it doesn't, though.
It won't change everything, but it does change their sort of, particularly with Crook and Lock, they're chasing off around the world solving crimes.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Now, you have a number of standalone books here you've listed on your website. I see 5 of them. Are those naturist books or not necessarily?
Most of them are naturist. There are a couple that aren't naturist. The Last Day of June is actually a family saga, well, 3 family saga, covering the period between the start of World War II and more or less now. Naturist references about people swimming naked in the lake in the background of one scene, and the fact that the German character finds himself on a beach in the south of France where their people are naked, and he notes that he can now do this when he couldn't during the actual war because nobody would let him.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's been great to talk to you. Very much an admirer of yours, Ted, here at the studio/office, because of all of the work you do with promoting naturism. Obviously, you're a prolific writer, a gifted writer, and we admire you for that. And all of the work that you're doing with naturistfiction.org, giving the money to Doctors Without Borders. And Ted Bun, let's do this again as more books come out, another series you might develop down the road. Let's get in touch. We'll get you back on.
Most certainly. That would be great fun. Been a pleasure talking to you, Frank.
Yeah, you too. Again, author Ted Bun, check him out. He's given the websites. We'll put them in the show notes. And Ted Bun, go out there and have a great day. We'll talk again soon.
Will do.
Thank you. We hope that you enjoyed today's Christmas edition. Remember, we hadn't planned to be here, but we wanted to be here to celebrate Christmas with you. And we will be here next weekend to celebrate the New Year with you too. How about that? And again, you've been listening to Naked, Nudists, and Naturist today, episode 26, our special right before Christmas edition. We hope you enjoyed this time together as we are celebrating the Christmas season totally clothes-free. We look forward to spending time with you on this show and connecting. Nudism, naked, naturism, clothes-free living for all of the right reasons. You've come to the right place. And we certainly enjoy all of the time that we spend together here on the show. Don't forget to send us a direct message or an email or hit us up on Spotify or our website. Well, thank you again for being with us today on Naked, Nudists, and Naturist, episode 26 today. We give you a brand new show every Saturday morning at 6 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. Continue to join us. Check us out on our website, nakednudistandnaturist.com, Spotify, Google, Amazon/Audible, Apple Podcasts, and also on Twitter. You can write us anywhere, anytime, any place. And we thank you for being with us today. Plan to join us for every single one of our shows here and have your clothes off when you're listening. We have our clothes off when we're broadcasting, enjoying the naturist life.
We celebrate clothes-free living for all. Remember to enjoy being naked and join us again for Naked, Nudists, and Naturists.
We drop a brand new show every Saturday morning, so come back and join us. Have your clothes off when you do for Naked, Nudists, and Naturists. Have a great clothes-free day.